All right. Okay, looks like we're ready. It's kind of funny how I barely don't even fit on this box. Hold on, let me make it a little bit bigger. I'm so big that I can't even fit even inside this box. This whole thing, this box. All right, so I'm willing to give this another try. Look at the lightning. I'm willing to give this another try. Okay? Because the last time we played this earlier this morning, it was just a complete disaster. I mean, nothing was working. It wasn't playable. So hopefully this time it'll be better. I hope. Right, Ms. Lee? This is Boeing 737 Max. Is Boeing 737 Max my favorite um, airplane? Well, it's one of my favorites, but not the favorite. Okay. You know what's funny? This game seems to be running really good on PlayStation VR too. That's the interesting. That's the interesting part, which is fine by me. I mean, I appreciate this game more in VR than just playing it, on a regular TV. Let me see. Yo, this is hilarious. It's hilarious how like I barely don't fit in the square. Hold on, I have to make it bigger. Oh my God. How much bigger do I have to make this square? Hold on. Dude, I'm so big. Look at this, man. I'm just so big, man. Can't even fit in the box. I'm so big. I can't even fit in the box, bro. Hold on. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, oh my God, dude. Yeah, I guess I'll just don't move my hands, right? Just keep my hands down. Keep my hands down below. Just don't move. But this is hilarious. I mean, this is just hilarious. Hold on. Can I make myself a little bit bigger? Hold on. Oh my God, that's even more ridiculous. That's even more ridiculous. Hold on. How about this? Like this. Oh Lord. As long as I keep my hands down, I guess. Right? Let me see. As long as I keep my hands down, then I kind of fit inside a box. Right? This is hilarious. It is. It is hilarious. It is. But anyway. Let's start the plane, shall we? We're flying from Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International, Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International, all the way to Atlanta. Where's Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International? It's just above Miami. It's just right above Miami, in case you guys are wondering. Okay, let's keep it like this for now. Like that. Man, look at this lightning. All right, let me get in touch with let me get the clearance. I don't think we need a pushback, honestly. I don't think we need a pushback. Let me get a clearance. Let me yeah, we need passengers, by the way. Hold on. Go back to clearance. Can we get passengers? How come I cannot get any passengers? Request. Hold on. Oh, that's strange. Okay, maybe we have to first request a taxi, right? We have to request a taxi before we can have the passengers board on the plane. No, I guess not. Um, you know what? There is a different way that we can get the passengers. There is another way. There is another way, my friend. There is another way. There we go. I think the passengers are in right now. Okay. Okay. I think we're good now. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, let me just close this and let me put this like over here. Like right there. Let me see if the passengers are here. Hold on. Let me just see if the passengers are here. Just want to make sure. Yeah, they're all in here. It's all good. Well, this is strange. PlayStation VR 2 version works great, but playing it like on a regular, TV without the VR I find that very interesting that the VR version is well polished. But you know what? That's fine. 'Cause I really don't even care about playing this game other than VR. You know, I don't even care about playing it on a big screen. The whole idea is to play this in VR. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. So that's fine by me. But I just find it kind of strange that VR version is working really good and it's well polished, but the non-VR, like regular non-VR, standard version, it's having issues. Right? That's fine by me. I'm all about the VR anyway. And let's be honest, this game it's designed for VR. Honestly, it's just designed for VR. That's the whole idea, right? To enjoy these airplanes and helicopters and jet fighters, to enjoy them in VR, right? That's the whole idea. All right, we're all good here. I don't need a pushback, to be honest. I don't need no pushback. I'm all good here. Okay. Okay. All right, Ms. Lee. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go ahead and let's uh let's start texting because I don't need no pushback. I can, make a turn here. You know what I need to buy? I need to buy that brand new T-Flight Hottest 5 PlayStation 5 flight stick. It, it would be perfect for PlayStation VR too. 737 Max, United Airlines. By the way, in case you guys didn't know, PlayStation VR 2 now it's $300. When I originally bought it, it was 600, right? Yeah, it was $600. When I originally bought it was $600, but now it's $300. Uh, would I recommend? Absolutely. If you have a PS5, I absolutely would recommend. There's plenty of games for you to enjoy and play. I would recommend Gran Turismo 7, and this game, of course, Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's $300. I think it's perfect time now to jump into PlayStation VR 2. Oh. All right, we're at the runway. Just need to get a clearance. Then we're good to go. I think my co-pilot will do that for me, I think. I guess I have to do it. That's fine. Let me request a takeoff. Okay, we're clear for takeoff. We'll be climbing at 16,000 feet because we're flying, you know, from, South Florida to Atlanta, so 16,000 feet is fine. Uh, you know, yeah, 16,000 feet, that's fine. There's no reason for me to go above, like 20,000 because it's a short flight. It's not a long flight. But it depends, ATC in real life, if you have to follow the ATC, what the ATC tells you, you know. If the ATC tells you 20,000 feet, then you got to keep it 20,000 feet. You know, I mean, in real life, of course, you always have to communicate with the air traffic control. And if the, you know, you have to just follow what the ATC tells you. If the ATC says, hey, you need to lower the altitude to a certain, you know, altitude level, then you got to follow what they tell you. You know. But this is a video game, of course, which is doing this for fun. But I want to keep it at 16,000 feet. All right. All right, let's go ahead and let's take off. Okay, let me get a little bit closer. Yeah. Move a little bit closer. This. All right. That was a nice takeoff. All right. What? Why is it asking me to do a Touch and go. Something's wrong with the AI on the ATC. It's asking me like to do a touch and go. Why? I don't need no touch and go. We're flying to Atlanta. Why would I want to do a touch and go? That makes no sense. All right. It's a smooth flight so far. It's funny how I don't fit on this square box. It's hilarious. You know, it's kind of funny. I like it actually. I like that it's funny that I'm so big I can't even fit on the square box. It's funny. It is. It's hilarious. It is funny, right, Ms. Lee? I think it's funny. Let me check on the passengers. Let's just see how they're doing. Hello. Hello, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your flight. I hope you're enjoying your flight. And they will look kind of depressed. I don't know what's going on, dude. Dude, where's ladies? I don't see any ladies. Just a bunch of dudes. What's going on here? Just a bunch of dudes. Well, I hope you're enjoying your flight. Unfortunately, we don't have a Netflix here, so yeah, yeah. Well, this is the cheapest flight. You think a cheap flight like this, you think we can afford Netflix? Come on, man. Come on. Nope, nope, no Netflix. We don't have it. No, we don't. This is the cheap flight. You know, you want the cheap flight? Well, this is it. No Netflix. Let me turn on the lights because, you know, because it will be getting dark pretty soon. Okay, good. What else? There we go. That's good. All right, we're good. This is exactly why I prefer flying helicopters versus these commercial airliners. Because with a commercial airliner, you're in a high altitude. You're flying, in a very high altitude, and you really can't see much other than the horizon and the clouds, right? When you're flying a helicopter, you get to see the scenery up close, right? Very close, and you get to land where you want to land and walk around. Helicopters are the best, in my honest opinion. Um, this, it's. I guess the whole point of this is just to see what it takes, to fly from point A to point B. You know what I mean? Um, if you want to see for yourself, like what it takes for, a commercial pilot to fly, from, you know, Los Angeles to New York, or from New York to Miami, or from New York to London, or from London to New York, so you can see for yourself like what it takes. But to me, personally, this is boring. I mean, I'll just be honest. It's boring, but I understand why people do these flights, because they want to see like what it takes to be a commercial pilot, to fly a long distance, right? But I personally prefer like helicopters. Helicopters are the best. Right now they have one of the best helicopters that you can buy on the market, on the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 store market. It's available on PlayStation and Xbox Series X and PC version. I'm talking about the Black Hawk, Seahawk, Jayhawk, MH60, UH60. The famous Black Hawk. People say, well, why they have different names for it? Because there's different variations. You know what I mean? I'm sure you guys have noticed. It looks like a Black Hawk, but it doesn't look like that Black Hawk that I've seen in the movie, in the Ridley Scott movie. Well, that's because there's different variations. The one that you saw in the movie, that is the uh, a UH-60. That is the Army Rangers UH-60. And then there's a Special Forces MH-60M, which is the Special Forces MH-60M. That's also used by the U.S. Army, mainly, I believe, Delta, Green Berets, Delta, right? Green Berets, Delta, Special Forces. And then you got the Seahawk, right? You got the HH-60W, HH-60W, which is the Special Forces, highly technologically advanced, upgraded version of Seahawk for the Navy, right? Navy SEALs, Special Forces, Navy SEALs. They use HH-60W, right? HH-60W. So there's different variations. The one that you saw in the movie, that was also in the 1993 Mogadishu, Somali. There was two Black Hawk helicopters that were shot down by Somalis in Mogadishu in 1993. And of course, there was a book, was based on the real events, and of course, there was a movie that's also based on real events. And that was the UH-60. That was the UH-60. That was painted in a matte finish black, and they had some additional radar system, communication system, camera systems, some additional stuff in there. For the Rangers. They can also have more Rangers. For like, I think they can hold like up to 4 on each side. Like total of 4 plus 4 is 8. Total of 8 Rangers on one Black Hawk. So there's different variations of the Black Hawk, of the UH-60, MH-60 series. And of course, there's Jayhawk. Jayhawk, it's mainly used for Coast Guard. Jayhawk is the Coast Guard. You've seen it, like red and white. Red and white. You've seen it all the time. The Coast Guard, red and white. Red and white color. And then the Seahawk, it's the U.S. Navy. Okay, so there's different variations of Black Hawks, and that's why it's confusing to some people. Well, they have different variations, like a car, right? There's so many different models of Civic, right? Civic EX, right? Civics, different types of Civics, right? The one that I remember, it's a Civic EX, but there's different variations of Civic, right? I can't remember exact which letters they use. I know it's a Civic EX is the one that I remember, but there's different variations of the Civic, right? Of Honda Civic. There's also different variations of Honda Accord, right? Same thing with all the other cars. They have different variations. So same thing with these helicopters. There's different variations, different models. So I hope this, it's kind of clear, so there's no confusion when it comes to Black Hawk. So yeah, there's Militech simulations
Black Hawk MH60 that's available right now. I wanted to buy it. I wanted to try it. Um, and I wanted to fly it because it's a fly-by-wire. It's the very realistic. It is one of the most realistic uh, MH60 Black Hawks that you can fly, or Seahawks. Technically it's a Seahawk, but you can call it a Black Hawk. It's mainly used for the Navy, but the Militech simulations has different variations of the Seahawk. You know, um, but the problem is it's $50.49, and I understand why it's so expensive because it's a fly-by-wire. It's a realistic flight model. Um, because the real pilots have tested it. I'm talking about a real U.S. Navy, real U.S. Army, um, Black Hawk helicopters, U.S. Navy Seahawk helicopters, Coast Guard Jayhawks helicopter pilots. They have tested it, and they all said that yeah, this is a realistic flight model. You know, like Militech Simulations has invited uh, the Coast Guard pilots, U.S. Army pilots of the UH-60 Black Hawk, and U.S. Navy of the Seahawk MH-60. They have invited them to come in to test the Black Hawk, and they said, yeah, this is very realistic. Uh, it operates exactly the way it would operate when you pull the collective, right, the collective stick for you to start, increasing altitude. The cyclic controller, moving it around, everything from collective to cyclic, from collective control to cyclic control. They said that it's by far the most realistic uh, MH-60 helicopter. And then there's also um, ex-pilots from U.S. Army who have flown, these Black Hawks, and then there's U.S. Navy pilots on YouTube who have flown, the Seahawk, and Special Forces guys who have flown, these helicopters, different variations of them, and they said exactly the same thing. Yeah, this is pretty realistic. So I think that's the reason why it's so expensive. That's why you're paying $50.49, because you know you want the realism. You know that's that's why you're paying that extra. For that. Black Hawk. I mean, I will eventually buy it when it goes on sale. I mean, I would love to fly right now, but I know it will go down on sale. I can wait. And, I can wait. When it goes down on sale, then I'll buy it. Um, I'm not saying that it's not worth it. You know, I'm just simply saying right now, dude, like $50, that's like, if I'm gonna spend $50 on that helicopter, dude, I might as well buy, you know, um, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. It just add an additional $10 and get the Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, or play Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, right? And again, don't get me wrong. I've done a lot of research on Militech simulation on this MH60. It has like 30 liveries, bro. 30 different liveries, 3 different variations. Each variation has a 30 liveries included. It's a realistic fly-by-wire flight model. I'm not saying that it's not worth it. I'm just simply saying right now, I don't have that kind of cash to be, spending $50.49 on a helicopter. I do want to fly it. Eventually, I will buy it when it goes down on sale. You know, and believe me, there will be sales. Holidays are coming pretty soon. Uh, especially now, September, October. The holidays are just around the corner, man. Let's be honest. Summer is pretty much it's over, dude. Summer is pretty much over. Holidays are just around the corner, and you know, I'll wait till it goes down on sale, and it will go down on sale. Trust me. Especially the coming months, just in time for holiday season. People do their Christmas shopping early, so there will be sales. And I want to take the advantage of a sale when it goes on sale. You know. I mean, I would rather save that $50 for Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2 with Guns of the Patriots and Peace Walker, you know. And I mean, to me, that's worth more than, buying this helicopter, because, I'm a huge fan of Metal Gear. So, Guns of the Patriots, meaning Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, and Peace Walker, both included native 4K 60. I mean, both games running in native 4K 60. So yeah, to me, that has more value. And again, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Militech Simulations Black Hawk MH60 is not worth it. Of course it's worth it, but with all these games coming out right now, I mean, come on. I mean, for me, Guns of the Patriots, Metal Gear Solid 4 is a priority. That's something I need to have. Like, that's, one of my favorite games of all time, dude. Such an emotional roller coaster of a video game, dude. I mean, just thinking about it, man, makes me feel sad for Solid Snake, man. What the guy had to endure, man. Jesus Christ, man. Like, such a sad character, man. What he's been through and what he had to endure, man. And the guy never catches any break, dude. Like, no one cuts him any slack, man. It's just, damn, man. What a sad life Solid Snake had to endure. Man. I'm not talking about Big Boss. Big Boss, it's his father. But I'm talking about Solid Snake, man. What an emotional, great chapter for Solid Snake. I call it Hideo Kojima's masterpiece. I know people will say, but the first Metal Gear Solid 1998, of course, sure, 1998 Metal Gear Solid, that's all-time classic. But Guns of the Patriots, it's really like one of the best work of art, storytelling characters that Hideo Kojima has ever made. I don't think Hideo Kojima will ever make such a masterpiece as Guns of the Patriots. For those of you who have never played it, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, August 27th. Oh, you need to buy this game. Listen, guys. For all of you Gen Z who never played Guns of the Patriots, Metal Gear Solid 4. Oh my god. People say, well, why is it a big deal? Well, first of all, this is the very first time, after 18 years, that Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, it's being released on current gen consoles, Xbox, and a PC. and the Nintendo Switch 2 from a PlayStation 3. You have to understand, this game only lived on PlayStation 3 in the past 18 years, and you can only play it on a PlayStation 3, meaning you have to buy a PlayStation 3 and you have to buy a copy of Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots in order for you to play it. But now you get to experience this masterpiece from PlayStation 3 exclusive in native 4K with polished textures, dynamic light and shadow at 60 frames per second with high dynamic range. Oh man. Now you get to experience the best possible version of this game, dude. So this is why it's a big deal. That's why it's a big deal. Especially if you never played it. Oh, I'm telling you, the best $50 that you will ever spend. But not only are you getting Guns of the Patriots Metal Gear Solid 4 for that $50, but you're also getting a Peace Walker, so remastered in native 4K, 60 frames per second, on a PS5 Pro and Xbox Series X. Oh my god, dude. Like, I'm telling you, the best $50 that you will ever spend. But the Guns of the Patriots is the main attraction. That's the game that you have to play. I'm talking about the Gen Z. Now, if you're my generation, then you most likely have played the Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. But I'm speaking to Gen Z. You know, the Gen Z generation, they have not played it. And I'm telling you, oh my god. Oh, August 27th. It's just around the corner. Speaking of August 27th, not only do we have, you know, Guns of the Patriots, and Aliens, Fire Team 2, right? Aliens fight. Yo, dude, the amount of games that are coming out, man, it's just, this is ridiculous. This is, yo, dude, this is ridiculous, man. The amount of games that's coming out, man, this is just insane. As if it's not, you know, as if it's not great enough that GTA 6 coming out, but on top of GTA 6, look at all these other games coming out, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know about you, but man, I can't buy all of these games, dude. This is crazy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys are rich. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. You know, maybe you guys have money. You know, maybe it's not a big deal. But man, yo, dude, this is crazy. This is insane. The amount of games that are coming out, man, it's just insanity, man. The end of, like, the August 27th, that's where it starts. It starts from the August 27th, and it doesn't stop till February 2027 with, you know, Tomb Raider, that new Amazon Tomb Raider, and then Resident Evil Veronica, and then Fable. Dude, man, it's insane. The amount of games are coming out. So August 27th, we have a lot of games coming out. We have, of course, Aliens Fireteam 2. We have Metal Gear Solid Volume 2, Guns of the Patriots, Peace Walker, and of course, if you have Netflix, extended look 20-minute gameplay in 4K HDR on Netflix at 3 p.m. Thursday, August 27th. So August 27th, you know, it's a pretty big day. We got a lot of cool games coming out, and of course the Netflix, the showcase. the 20-minute gameplay in 4K HDR. Um, it's exclusive for 6 hours. So that means from 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. in the evening, 9 p.m. It will be exclusive. So for 6 hours, from 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. evening. So you have to wait till 9 p.m. evening to watch it on YouTube. I mean, I can wait. Honestly, it's only 6 hours, 9 p.m. evening. And people who will try to record from Netflix and upload to YouTube, I'm just telling you right now, don't do it. Don't do it. Your channel will be banned. I mean, literally. There won't be any like strikes. You will be banned. Like your channel will be. Don't do it. And I know there's going to be some idiots out there who will try to do that. They're going to pay $30 and they're going to try to record a 20-minute footage and they'll try to upload it so they can get the clicks and views. Don't do it. Your channel will be banned. YouTube has already made that like abundantly clear. So don't be an idiot. Don't do it. Wait till 9 p.m. Okay, and then once it's officially on the Rockstar YouTube channel, then of course you can give your impressions and you can make a video after 9 o'clock evening, right? I mean, you can wait till 9 o'clock evening, right? And I know there's going to be some idiots out there who's gonna try to do that, but I'm just telling you, don't do it. You will, you will get banned. Like there won't be any strikes. You're gonna lose your channel. That's it. So just wait till 9 o'clock evening, 9 p.m. Now, if you're on the West Coast, it'll be at 6 p.m. East Coast will be 9 p.m. evening. Well, it's both it's evening, right? 6 o'clock it's evening, 9 p.m. it's evening. All right, we're approaching Georgia.
I might have to move this way. Hold on. I want to stay inside the box,
There we go. That's good. It's raining. Speaking of evening, it is evening right now. What time is it? It's what? 7:35 in the evening. So yeah, there's so many games coming out. It's crazy, dude. I mean, I'm still like debating if I should purchase Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync, right? or if I should, save the money, $50 for Guns of the Patriots. Listen, I love Assassin's Creed. It's a great game, and I really want to get that deluxe edition so I can have everything. But at the same time, dude, like Guns of the Patriots, it's like very dear to my heart. It's something I have to have. It's like Guns of the Patriots. Like I have to have that. You know. I'm sure I'll be able to get a deluxe edition. Listen, the sales. Listen, guys, the holidays are just around the corner. Listen, I do want to play Assassin's Creed right now. Yes, I do. With a deluxe edition, with everything included, of course. Don't get me wrong, all right? I'm not like sitting here saying that I don't want to play. Of course I do. But I also know there's going to be sales. I know that there's going to be sales, and why not wait till sales and buy the deluxe edition for like, I don't know, like $50 instead of 70. I could pay 50, right? And have the deluxe edition, right? There's always sales, deals, guys, especially now that the summer, it's almost over, dude. Summer, it's almost over. Let's be honest. It's almost over. And holiday season is just around the corner, right? It's just around the corner. There's going to be sales. So why not just wait, dude? Wait for the sales. That's what I'm saying. That's the way I look at it. Now, if money's not an issue and you're filthy rich and you use $100 bills as a toilet paper to wipe your ass, then you don't care, obviously. You'll buy anything and everything. You don't care, right? But I know majority out there, the money is an issue because, everything's expensive, dude. Everything, dude. Yeah. The food, groceries. Look how much you're paying at the gas pump. Yeah, look how much you're paying at the gas pump, man, right? What is it, like $4 a gallon? Yeah, $4 a gallon, dude, at the gas pump. So, and then the electricity, utility, your electricity, utility bills, everything, dude. Everything just it's more expensive. And that's what I'm saying, man. There's so many games coming out, dude. That's why I'm telling you, just wait for Black Friday, Thanksgiving. You don't have to play Wolverine on September 15th, right? You don't have to play Wolverine on September 15th. You can wait. Yeah, but then people are going to be streaming it on YouTube. Well, guess what? Don't watch it. That's what I do. I refuse to watch. Like, if there's a specific game that I want to play, I refuse to watch other YouTubers because I don't want to be spoiled. Like, I don't want to watch them stream a game that I want to play. So I will avoid watching any kind of like videos or live streams regarding Wolverine. I don't want to know nothing. I'm not going listen. I'm not going to even read a review. I don't care about the review. I'm not going to even watch Digital Foundry comparisons. Nothing. I don't care. I don't want to see nothing. I've seen enough to make me want to play it, and I refuse to watch anything. Like, I just will not watch anything regarding Wolverine. Just don't care, because I want to experience it for myself. You know what I'm saying? That's the best feeling, dude. When you don't know anything about the game, you avoid all of the gameplay footage. You avoid, right, all of the videos and streams, people streaming it. You avoid all of that. When you avoid all of it, then it's much sweeter. It's much better. That's what happened to me when I was playing Saros. I purposely avoid any kind of a gameplay footage of Saros. I purposely avoid any kind of a live stream from other YouTubers regarding Saros. And there was a trial version, which I did a live stream not too long ago. It was 2 hours and 30 minutes. It was such an amazing experience because, wow. Because I didn't know anything about the Saros, but once I started playing it, I was like, wow. This is amazing, dude. You know. So that's what I do, guys. I don't watch other people's streams, you know. If it's the game that I want to play. If it's not the game that I want to play and I don't have much of an interest, then I might check it out. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Let's just watch this guy play the game. It'll give me you know, some pretty good idea what the game is about, right? But if it's the game that I want to play, dude, I don't listen. I don't watch other streamers. I don't watch other streamers. I don't watch any kind of videos about the specific game that I want to play, you know, because I want to experience. And even this Grand Theft Auto, you know what? Why do you want to see the gameplay? You know what? Maybe it's better if I don't see a gameplay. I don't want to know nothing about the Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't even want to see a gameplay. I don't want to see nothing. I want to start playing Grand Theft Auto 6 on November 19th, fresh. 100% fresh. Why do you guys want to see the gameplay footage? Why? You know what? Maybe I will refuse. Honestly, you know what? I will refuse to watch the gameplay footage. That's it. I will avoid it. I will avoid it. I want to see it for myself. And I want to experience it for myself come November 19th. It will be a much better experience without knowing anything. I'm telling you. Trust me. It'll be a much, much better experience. Trust me. When you don't know anything. And you go in there fresh. You're going inside the game very fresh without knowing anything. Why do you guys want to see the gameplay footage so badly? Why? I don't. We all know it's a Grand Theft Auto 6. We all know they spent $2 billion on this game. Okay, so, well, let's experience it. Let's make it special. Let's make it a special, you know, special experience. Right? Isn't that's what's supposed to be? Right? A special experience. So when the game is finally released, it'll be a special experience that you will never forget. Right? That's how it should be. Remember, it's about the experience, guys. It's supposed to be, you know, life, it's about making certain moments in life memorable as an experience. Because life is short, right? And whatever time you have left, it's luck, right? If you're lucky enough to live longer. So, why not make it a special experience, dude? You know, that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that when I finally am able to play the Grand Theft Auto 6, I want to make sure that it's a special experience, you know. But if I'm watching gameplay footage and, you know, I'm spoiling myself, you know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know the mechanics of the game. I don't want to know what you can do, I want to find out for myself. I want to learn for myself when I start playing the game. So I don't understand why people are so upset about this. I get it. I know. I mean, I understand, you know. It's ridiculous to pay, you know, $30 for a 1 month subscription just to see the 20-minute video gameplay footage. I know. Right. On a Netflix. But why? Why? Why do you have to pay to see it? You can wait till 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. in the evening, and then watch it on YouTube. But why do you even want to watch it on YouTube? Why do you care to even wait till 9 p.m. evening to watch it on YouTube? Why do you care about that gameplay 20 minute gameplay footage? I don't. I want to experience it for the very first time. I want it to be a special moment, a special experience. Just like with Halo Combat Evolved. I remember it was November 15th, 2001. I was at the Circuit City. I was among the very first ones to get the original Xbox, and I picked up two games, Halo Combat Evolved and Project Gotham Racing. And I remember me and my brother, when we started playing Halo, it was like, wow, dude. It was such a special experience that me and my brother, even to this day, we talk about it. Like, it was such a special moment experience, and that's how it should be, with these games, man. It should be like a special moment experience. Speaking of a special moment, look at this sunset. Oh my God, look at this. This is beautiful. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Man, this is beautiful. Look at that sunset. Wow. All right, we're in Georgia. We're not that far from Atlanta. We're almost there. At least we have a good view of Georgia. Georgia is beautiful. It really is. Georgia is now like a new Hollywood right now. Georgia, it's a new Hollywood, especially Atlanta. Atlanta has become a new Los Angeles. Really, it's on the East Coast. It's on the East Coast, but it's like a new Los Angeles, but on the East Coast. Um, because a lot of movies are being made in Georgia. All of these TV shows that you see, it's all in Georgia. It's all in Atlanta. A lot of these AMC TV shows, it's all in Georgia, Atlanta. All of these Amazon Prime TV shows, it's all in Atlanta. A lot of these movies nowadays that you see, it's all filmed in Atlanta, Georgia. Los Angeles used to be the city, right, where all the TV shows and movies were being made. But things have changed. You know, Los Angeles is not what it used to be. Um, I mean, it still is the capital of the entertainment. Sure, it still is, but it's not what it used to be. Like if you look at LA back in the 80s, right? Uh, and even 70s and 60s and 90s and even the early 2000s. Um, it was the capital of entertainment of the movies and TV shows and video games and music. I mean, still is. It is the capital of entertainment in the world. Everything in LA, from music, TV shows, voice acting, commercials, um, record labels, music, um, video games, video game studios. It's all in LA, right? Comedy clubs. Most of the comedians are in LA, so LA still is the capital of entertainment. But things have changed, you know. Now in Atlanta, they're making a lot of movies, right? Why they're moving to Atlanta? Because there's cheaper, you know. in Los Angeles, it's expensive to make a movie. So the studios are like, well, dude, it's they're they're taxing us too much. You have to pay a state tax, federal tax. It's especially the state tax and the city county tax on top of federal tax. All of that combined, it's just expensive to make a movie in that city. And then you have to pay for permit. Yeah, and these permits are like ridiculously expensive in LA now to make a movie. The permits in Atlanta are reasonable. So the studios, they move to Atlanta to make movies because, remember, studios are in business of making money. They're not in business of spending money on making a movie and they don't even know if the movie is going to be successful. That's no good. Studios don't want to spend money, uh, super extra money on a movie. They don't even know if the movie will be successful. But in California, with the permit that they have to pay, with the state tax, the county tax, and permits, and federal tax, it's just expensive for movies to be made in LA. So the studios, they move to Atlanta, right? Where the permit is cheaper, the taxes, for making a movie here are a little bit cheaper, meaning state tax a little bit cheaper. It's just cheaper to make a movie. And it's more like a movie friendly, right? Because the studios, they want to make movies, but at a certain budget. They don't want to go over the budget, especially if they don't even know if the movie will be successful. So the reason I'm mentioning this is because we're going to Atlanta, okay? And Atlanta now is the new capital of entertainment. How things have changed, dude. How things have changed. All right, we're almost there. This is interesting. Earlier this morning, I was having all kinds of issues with Microsoft Flight Simulator, right? And then I switch over to PlayStation VR 2 and it's running perfectly. You know what? It's fine by me because I prefer to play this game in VR. Okay, honestly, I prefer to play this in VR, so it's fine by me. But I was having all kinds of issues. Oh my God, all kinds of issues earlier this morning. If you watched that live stream, I was so upset. My high blood pressure was like at 190, man. I'm not kidding, bro. It was like 190. I was so upset, dude. I mean, you can see it. You can see it on that live stream. I was really upset. But look at this, PlayStation VR 2, no problems. No problems. This is so hilarious. You guys don't realize how big I am. Even this square, I can't even fit myself in the square box. Guys, you have no idea how big I am. If you ever get a chance to meet me in real life, you're going to say, my God, I believe the Sasquatches do exist. Uh, my camera is not doing it justice, just how big I am. And I kind of find it funny. I find it kind of funny that I barely even fit in this square box. I barely fit on this square box. Oh my God. I think it's funny. I'm not going to remove this square box. I will keep it because it makes it funny. It really does. It makes it funny. It makes it entertaining. Like Mr. 4K can barely fit in the square box. Right, Ms. Lee? I can barely fit in square box. But see, if I bring my hands down, then I can fit. But as soon as I start bringing my Sasquatch hands out, you see, I can't fit in square box. Oh, this is beautiful. I have to take another screenshot. Beautiful. Ms. Lee, you don't say much. Why is that, Ms. Lee? You know why Ms. Lee doesn't say much? But she has nothing to say. I mean, what's she gonna say? You know, those are my favorite individuals. I love individuals who don't say anything. They're just like, don't say nothing. You know, like, I have no opinion, right? I have no opinion on anything. I'm just living a life, keeping it to myself. And that's that. And just living a life. Right, Ms. Lee? She's been on many flights with me. This is Ms. Lee. Ms. Lee. Where she's from? She's from um I believe, where was it you from? Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Hong Kong. She's from Hong Kong. Right? Hong Kong. Yeah, she's from Hong Kong. All right, we're almost approaching Atlanta. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. Almost. Almost there, guys. Almost there. And I need to move a little bit to the left. See, that's the waypoint over there. And I need to follow that waypoint. This is beautiful. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Isn't it? Yes. Right, Ms. Lee? Ms. Lee? Oh yeah. Did I forgot to mention um PlayStation VR 2 is $300 right now. Uh, I think it's a pretty good deal. $300, absolutely worth it, especially if you are on PlayStation ecosystem. I mean, there's so many cool games to play. Gran Turismo, obviously, it's the very first game you need to try. I would say two games you need to try. It's Gran Turismo 7, Gran Turismo 7, and of course, this game, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Between Gran Turismo 7 and this game, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, right away, that $300 will be justified, easily will be justified. Trust me. That $300 will be easily justified. Wow, look at this. This is beautiful. So, um, yeah, right now it's $300, and I highly recommend picking up PlayStation VR 2. I bought mine for $600 when it came out, and I have no complaints. I've been enjoying it ever since it came out. I really have nothing negative to say about PlayStation VR 2. You know, and it still works. I never had any issues, never had any problems. It's never been defective. Um, but I know some of you will ask me, but what about MetaQuest 3? Look, let's just make one thing clear. MetaQuest 3, it's a standalone VR headset that doesn't require to be tethered to any sort of a computer or a console, even though you can connect to a computer, but that's optional. One of the unique things about MetaQuest 3 is the fact that it's a standalone portable VR headset. You can take it with you everywhere you go, anywhere you go, and you can transport yourself into these amazing VR social experiences like Meta Horizon World, VR chat, big screen VR. I mean, so many cool video games that they have, so many cool experiences. It's amazing. Okay, and it's a portable, standalone VR headset. So of course, MetaQuest 3, it's the best VR headset. There's no question about that. In terms of value and experience, okay. So if you asking me like, what's better, PlayStation VR 2 or MetaQuest 3? That's easy. MetaQuest 3, of course. Just the Meta Horizon World, the social experience of Meta Horizon World, just by itself, it's worth the price of the admission. Just the fact that it doesn't have to be tethered to any sort of a PC or a console. It's a standalone VR headset, just right there. It's just justifying $300. But coming from a guy like me who have tested both MetaQuest 3 and PlayStation VR 2, it's two different things. Yes, they're both VR headsets, but PlayStation VR 2, it's mainly for your console. It's designed as an accessory, an accessory to be used with your PlayStation 5. And that's what it is. It's an accessory. Um, MetaQuest is a standalone VR headset that it's like a portal to the universe of VR, dude. I call it a portable portal to the VR universe. So many cool experiences, so many cool people you're going to meet on the VR chat and Meta Horizon World and all these other cool experiences that they have. Like I told you, I used to be on Meta Horizon World since 2023 for a couple of years as John Wick Returns. And I had a great experience being there with MetaQuest 3. So what I'm trying to say, if you want the best VR experience, MetaQuest 3. MetaQuest 3 for sure. And I'm talking about MetaQuest 3S, meaning slim. MetaQuest 3 Slim. So buy yourself a MetaQuest 3 Slim. It's the best VR experience, like period, the best VR experience. Because it's a portable experience. It doesn't need a super high-end PC. It doesn't need a super expensive console. PlayStation VR 2, yes, I know it's $300, but at the same time, you also need a PS5 console. You can't use it without a console. So you have to keep that in mind. But if you already have a PlayStation 5 and you are already invested into PlayStation ecosystem, then of course, by all means, go ahead and buy the PlayStation VR 2. So I'm trying to make this, distinguish difference between these two headsets, so that way you guys don't get confused. They're two different things. Yes, they are VR. They're both VR headsets, of course, but they're both different. Okay, one is the portable standalone VR headset that is the portal to a VR universe of so many cool experiences that you can experience. You can take it with you anywhere you go. Anywhere you go. And you have this portal access of this VR universe where you can experience amazing experiences. Oh my God. The stuff that I have experienced on MetaQuest 3, oh my God, dude. I mean, I could write a book about it, bro. Seriously. So, yes, MetaQuest 3 is the best VR headset, period. PlayStation VR 2, if you already have a PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 5 Pro, and you are heavily invested in PlayStation ecosystem, then of course, by all means, buy it for $300. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, in the news, and I already made a video earlier today, which is already up. I already uploaded Helldivers 2. Now it's available on PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. So whether you purchase a extra membership or premium membership, either one of those, extra or premium, you'll be able to access Helldivers 2. And I think that's pretty cool. Let's say you just bought a PlayStation 5 and you're looking to play something and you're like, man, I only have $22. Okay, cool. Purchase the PlayStation Plus membership and you're good to go. Not only do you have access to Helldivers 2, but you also have access to all these other games that PlayStation Plus Premium has. So that's what I would do, honestly. If I was somebody who just purchased PlayStation 5. Get yourself a PlayStation Plus Premium. There's plenty of cool games for you to experience. Honestly, that's all you need. They have all of the Spider-Mans. They have all of these exclusive PlayStation 5 games. And now they have Helldivers 2. That's what I would do. So, Helldivers 2, it's now available on PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium subscription. Both Extra and Premium subscription. And it's funny because I used to talk about Helldivers 2, and I used to I made a prediction where I said that it'll be available on PlayStation Plus. And people were laughing at me. They said, "No, dude. Sony will never put Helldivers 2 on PlayStation Plus. They want to make money off of this game." And yes, that's what they did. They made a lot of money. They made what? How much money now? In the past 2 years? And then they put on the Xbox. They made also plenty of money there too. They put on the Steam. They made plenty of money there too. And now that they made so much money off of this game, they're like, all right, let's put it on the PlayStation Plus and let's get the subscription going. But people were laughing at me. They were like, no, it's never coming to PlayStation Plus. Keep on dreaming, buddy. Keep on dreaming, buddy. Yeah, well, here we are 2 years later. Who's dreaming now? What about the Game Pass? I don't think so. The reason you will not see it on the Game Pass, because the conflict of interest. It would make no sense for Sony to allow Microsoft to put Helldivers 2 on the Game Pass Ultimate. Why would they want you to go to Game Pass to play Helldivers 2? They want you to come to PlayStation. They want you to subscribe to PlayStation Plus. Like, that would make any sense. That's just like logical thinking. Like, that just wouldn't make any sense. Why would they allow Microsoft to have Helldivers 2 as a Game Pass Ultimate, part of the Game Pass Ultimate subscription? That wouldn't make any sense. That wouldn't make any sense. Because the Sony wants you to come to PlayStation to subscribe to PlayStation Plus. They don't want you to go to Xbox Series X and subscribe to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. They don't want you to go to the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. They want you to come back here to PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. So you will not see it on the Game Pass. But I was right about the PlayStation Plus. I knew that they were going to put it on the PlayStation Plus. And you don't have to be a Nostradamus to make these predictions. This is just like logical thinking, you know what I mean, guys? This is just like common sense. Okay. In 2 years, we'd made truckload of money on the PlayStation Store, on the Steam Store, on the Xbox Store. We made so much money in 2 years. Now it's time to put this game after 2 years. It's time to put it on PlayStation Plus, and let's get the subscription going. Let's get more people to sign up. That's called smart business. That's called logical thinking, smart business. All right, this is nothing like, ooh, I'm a Nostradamus or I have a crystal ball, right? No. This is just common sense, logical thinking, smart business. Yeah. But anyway, I'm glad that it's on PlayStation Plus. I think it's pretty cool. That means more people will be able to play it now. You will have more people now playing it. And that's great. That's great. What's so cool about Helldivers 2? One of the things that's cool about Helldivers 2 is you working together. You working together. You're not working against each other. And that's one of the things I liked about this new Halo Gears of War E-Day on that Horde mode, right? The Horde mode where you team up with your teammates, with your friends, or random people online, and your have one common goal is to uh, secure the objective and extract, right? Secure the objective and extract, and you're working together to secure the objective and extract, just like in Helldivers 2. So that's what makes it so unique. You know, you're working together. And those are the best multiplayer games when you're working together. It's so enjoyable, and you will also make a lot of friends because you're working together. You know, and you'll have a pleasant experience. And that's one of the things I liked about the Gears of War E-Day is the Horde mode. And I think the Horde mode is the best thing about the Gears of War E-Day, honestly, in my opinion. Because it's very similar to Helldivers 2. Hold on, I need to get the clearance. I think we already have a clearance. We're good. Whoa, what is this? Right, we're here in the Atlanta, Georgia. Right, so we're making this approach over here. See if I can make it. Do my best. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Come on. Oh. Stop. Damn it. No. God. I was going too fast. I was going too fast. Anyway. I was going too fast. Yes, I did land, but I was going way too fast. Yeah. Well, you know, at least we landed, right? I was trying to land in a hurry. I should have, you know, I should have made more distance between me and the airport, and I should have slowed down, and then, you know, I would have been able to stop the plane, you know, successfully, but I was going too fast. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. As much as I did, you know, flying. So yeah, like I said, there's so many games coming out by the end of this year and the beginning of next year. Even during the winter, we have, you know, Resident Evil, Veronica, um, Tomb Raider, that new Amazon Tomb Raider, Fable, so many games, and of course the big one, the big daddy, the big one, the big daddy, the big one, um, GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto 6. Um, yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else for me to say? I think I said enough, honestly. Uh, how long was this? 2 hours and 5 minutes. Yeah, I think I said enough, honestly. You know, I talked about the VR. I talked about the difference between PlayStation VR 2 and MetaQuest. I talked about the price drop on PlayStation VR 2. Now it's $300. I talked about Grand Theft Auto 6 and Netflix. I talked about the Metal Gear Solid Guns of the Patriots. So yeah, it was a nice live stream. I call this a chill, nice live stream. It really is. That's what it was. A chill, nice and chill live stream. And it's 8:30 in the evening right now. So yeah. It was a nice and chill live stream. Yeah, it is 8:30, right? It is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not blind, am I? I'm not blind. Yeah, it is 8:30. Maybe I'm blind. Yeah, it is 8:30. Yeah, 8:33 p.m. 8:33 p.m. 8:33 p.m. East Coast time. Here in Miami. That's where I'm at. I'm in Miami. Miami. Grand Theft Auto 6 City. Yes, I'm in Grand Theft Auto 6 City. Alright guys, well thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video in the next live stream. I have no idea what I'm live streaming next. I really don't know, man. There's just there's so many games, and I'm like in a predicament. Which game should I buy? Which one I shouldn't buy? And there's, you know, Guns of the Patriots coming out, and dude, there's so many. See, this is the problem. There's so many games coming out, and it's like a predicament. Like, which game do I buy? Which one do I buy? Which one do I play? You know, it's such a predicament. I know for sure I want Guns of the Patriots, Metal Gear Solid 4, because Guns of the Patriots, Metal Gear Solid 4, it's a must-have for me. That's like a collector's item that I have to have, especially in a native 4K 60 on a PS5 Pro. That's like a collective trophy. It's like collecting a trophy. You know, it's like something I have to have. You know. So I know I will buy that for $50. There's plus Peace Walkers it's included as well, and the game's coming out pretty soon. You know, and I still have to finish Metal Gear Delta. Maybe we'll play some Metal Gear Delta, because you know I have to finish Metal Gear Delta. You know, yeah. So most likely I will play Metal Gear Delta right tomorrow. You know, so we can finish Metal Gear Delta, and you know, August 27th. It's just around the corner. Honestly, it's just around the corner. So yeah, I guess Metal Gear Delta. Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, we need to finish Metal Gear Delta. Yeah, Metal Gear Delta, which is the remake of the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater from 2004 PlayStation 2 game. At the time, it was on PlayStation 2. And then later on was released, on the Xbox 360, I believe. Yeah, it was released on Xbox 360. Metal Gear Solid 3. I think it was part of like Metal Gear Solid HD collection substance called Metal Gear Solid 2 substance, Metal Gear Solid 3 substance, where you can have various different cool accolades and perks and whatnot in the game. I think that's what it was called, substance. Yeah. Man, that was a long time ago. I'm thinking, Xbox 360, Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid 2. It was part of that HD collection called the Substance. Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, Metal Gear Solid 3 Substance, and the original Metal Gear Solid. Which also they included Metal Gear VR missions. Those were pretty cool, man. On the original PlayStation, Metal Gear VR missions. I remember those as well. Yeah. Anyway, guys, so yeah, Metal Gear Delta tomorrow. We have to finish Metal Gear Delta. You know what? And the part that I'm in the game right now is the best part. This is the part where Snake gets captured and where he's being tortured and he loses his eye, and that's why he wears the patch. I mean, the big boss, not the Solid Snake. Big boss. I'm not talking about the Solid Snake. That's his son. I'm talking about the big boss. Remember, Metal Gear Solid 3, it's a story about the big boss. Okay? Metal Gear Solid 1998 Shadow Moses and Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid Guns of the Patriots, which is Metal Gear Solid 4, that is Solid Snake. Big boss is Metal Gear Solid 3 and Peace Walker. And of course, Phantom Pain, of course. Phantom Pain. All right, guys. So we'll play Metal Gear Delta tomorrow. We have to finish Metal Gear Delta, so that's what we're playing tomorrow. Metal Gear Delta. Kept you waiting, huh? I always love saying that. Kept you waiting, huh? Now that's Solid Snake. It's so cool, isn't it, just saying that? Kept you waiting. Aragon, can you hear me? Where's Naomi? And where's the chattering nanny, Mei Ling? All right, guys. It's time for me to go. I'll see you tomorrow with Metal Gear Delta. See you guys tomorrow.